How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. You know, Christmas is just around the corner. I figured we'd make a few crafts for Christmas. I'm going to be making a couple crafts, couple different ones. We'll be doing a couple videos, and one of them's going to be a snowman countdown to Christmas. We're going to make a couple of these, and we're going to make them for my daughter-in-law. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We got a big old hunk of wood here. And I actually bought this piece especially for this project. I think it might have been around $10 or something. It's 16 inches wide, and let's see, it's 4 foot long. So 16 by 48, and we're going to see if we can get these guys cut out. We're going to get going. Okay, our first step was to find something round enough, big enough around that we can trace us a circle. We started off with a bucket, but it was just a little bit smaller than what this ring here is. And this is what they call wreath ring, and it's pretty decently round. So we got quite a few circles we can judge from. So we're going to go ahead and trace the second one in, and that's going to give us a nice big snowman face for the numbers that go on there, which is going to be a little bit tight. So we're going to get this thing traced out. Okay, now that we got the circle all cut out, we cut a this is a 1 by 3, and it's about 13 inches long. And this is going to be used for the brim of the hat. And the circle itself is about 15 inches round. So we got a 15-inch round circle there cut, or we're going to be cutting 13 inches on this piece here. And then we just cut this out as a pattern. We marked our line straight down, and this is all going to be one piece. This will not stay on there, but we'll be nailing this and gluing it. Then once we got that out, the hat will set back and then the brim will stick out. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing cut out. Okay, to make this job just a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and cut this board in half. And we're going to be using a jigsaw for this, pretty much this whole process. Okay, as you can see, we have this one cut out, and we got the brim all sanded down, and we got a brim for this one. So what we're going to do is we're just going to trace this one over on this one and get it cut out. Starting to look like a snowman's head. Okay, as you can see, I made us a carrot nose there, and I just basically freehand a carrot the way I thought it was supposed to look, and it's about 5.5 inches long. I found the center, and I marked the center. I'm going to be drilling a hole and putting a plug in this so you can't actually see the screw that's going to hold this thing down. So we're going to get this one traced. We got it traced onto here. We're going to go ahead and cut that one out, this one here, and then we'll get him mounted on there and get the center mark. Now, we got them all sanded down, and I don't know that we're going to leave the hats as square, you know, the brim straight across or cocked a little bit. I think they look kind of neat, a little bit crooked on there. So we're going to go ahead and get him cut out and get the holes drilled and get these noses attached. Okay, so now I don't know exactly how I'm going to attach this yet. I thought maybe a screw. The only thing with a screw is you'd be able to unscrew the nose, and maybe that's a good thing. But I was going to take a washer and lay a nice small, this is a 1/4 inch washer. I'm going to countersink the hole into this. And then I cut some of these little plugs out. These little plugs right here, I got a little tool that I bought, so I don't have to actually buy plugs now. I can cut my own little plugs out. So I'll be able to stick it right down inside that plug and cover the screw. But you will be able to untwist, maybe you might be able to untwist the screw. I don't know, we're going to try it and see how it works, and then we'll go from there. So that's just the way I think I can do it right now. So we're going to give it a shot. Okay. Okay, we're getting the brim nailed down on here. And we got it glued. So, okay. Now, we got our nose on there. The nose, I just put a screw down through there, and I put that little 1/4 inch washer under there, but I drilled the hole where the screw goes in just a little bit bigger. That way, the nose will still be able to turn. So you'll be able to turn the nose without turning the screw. And then when she's all done painting and everything, or getting all the underneath painted, we'll drive our little plug down in here. We'll drive our little plug in there and we'll sand it off flush, and you'll never even see the screw in there. Just hopefully you never have to take it off again, because if you do, you're going to have to dig this plug back out. So we're going to go ahead and finish up the other one over there, and then we're going to get these guys painted. Alright, the only thing we got left to do is to get these two snowmen in the house and get them painted up and see how pretty we can make them look. Okay, as you can see, we got all the white on and all the black on, and we got the little noses painted orange, but probably have to sand them down a little bit and paint them orange again once we get the nose mounted on there. So we're going to put a little bit of black trim around the carrot, try to outline some of it. They'll make it a little more detailed. I guess now we're going to start working on the numbers and the smiley face and his eyes and that type of thing. So that's what we're going to be working on next. Alright, the first thing I'm going to start painting is Day's Teal. And that'll be on the top up here. Kind of painting it upside down because, well, it's easier to get to it. So we're just going to paint this on. I just freehand writing this on. So, and it ain't got to be perfect, so it'll be fine.
Touch it up down here.
Okay, what I've done here is I cut a couple eyeballs. I just folded the paper and cut them out, and I traced one on the other one, and I made two eyes. And the only reason I did that is so that I can tell where they're going to look best on this snowman's head. So we wanted to put them where they look the best. And if I drawed on it, then I was put them in the wrong place, then I'd have to either repaint or erase or whatever. So just using a couple pieces of paper, and I'll just trace around the paper and paint the eyes on them. As you can see, we got the top all painted here. Julie's working on the other one over there. So we're going to go ahead and get the eyes marked out. And then we're going to do probably, well, we're going to just work on his face. Okay, we got the eyes painted on there. Everything's painted twice. So now we're going to get ready to draw the mouth. So what we're going to do now, we're going to lay our little washer down there. And this washer is just going to be a spacer to keep the nose from actually touching the white. So we're going to go ahead and put this down in here, and we're going to get him screwed on. So we're going to get us what we're going to do is we're going to screw this down pretty snug, about where we should have it, because we want it to be decently tight, but not too tight. So what we want to do for the mouth is we're going to take the pencil, we're going to start right here, and then we're going to just draw a mouth on him. We're just going to go right on up the other side. And you can use the side of the nose as a guide for this. So now we got a nice little happy smile there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some pink, because we want some rosy little pink cheeks on it. And we're going to get the pink out, and we're going to get the little cheeks, and then we're going to paint the black line that's on there. That makes it easy to make the mouth. We're going to do the same way with the other one. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put the little rosy cheeks on it, and all we're going to do is we're just going to take this thing and we're going to brush some nice pretty little rosy. And if it's not quite dark enough, we'll just keep going until we get it dark enough. Now we might have to put a couple little coats on here to make it the little rosy cheeks, but I think it'll be fine. We'll do that a couple times just so we get them darkened up a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and do the other one the same way. Okay, by far the numbers are the hardest thing to do on this snowman. And I'm going to try to show you guys. What I did is I cut a piece of cardboard and I marked the inches out. I marked them 1 inch apart so we could get to 25, from 1 to 25. And this is a little tricky because the hat is not on straight, so it's definitely a little bit tough to get this just perfect, but I'm sure it isn't going to matter. So right now we got them all wrote on there, and we're going to go through there and paint them all. We're going to use this as a template for our other one too. So we're just going to go ahead and get the numbers painted, and it should look pretty good. Okay everyone, we got everything done. All the numbers are on now. The carrot's all on. We put the little plug in the nose and kind of sanded them off, got them painted. We put some hangers on the back. I was going to do some of them alligator hooks for like your pictures, but hey, we had some old little screws. We drew a couple screws in there and just a piece of wire, and it works just fine. So it was an easy thing to use. The screws, like I said, with us already have them, which was alright. It looks good. So we got 2 of them done. All we got to do now is get them delivered. I'd like to tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Till next time.